The whispering house Emily had always been drawn to abandoned places, those forgotten corners of the world where history seemed frozen in time and silence held untold secrets. So when she heard about the Harper estate, an old mansion at the edge of town, she couldn't resist. Locals whispered stories of disappearances, strange lights, and sounds no one could explain. But no one dared enter. One chilly October evening, with the sun dipping behind the horizon, Emily slipped through the broken iron gate. The air smelled damp, mixed with decaying leaves and faint hints of something metallic, like blood. The house loomed before her, windows boarded, paint peeling, its once grand facade sagging in dreams of neglect. She pushed open the heavy front door. It creaked loudly, protesting after decades of silence. Inside, the air was thick and cold, carrying the scent of rot and dust. Dust motes floated like ghosts and flashlights beat. The floorboards groaned under her feet as she moved through the dark hallways. Faded portraits hung correctly, their eyes seemed to follow her every step. On a cracked mantel, a rusted clock sat frozen in 307. Curious, Emily moved deeper into the house. In the parlor, she spotted an old diary resting on a shadowed table. The leather cover was cracked but tapped. She opened it carefully. The diary the last one was in her. Her entries started murmuring up talk of family and daily life. But soon, they spiraled into obsession with the ancient ritual that promised eternal. The writing grew frantic. Flames spoke of voices as only names. Shadows stuck. And darkness fell. A sudden chill ran down Emily's spine. She heard a soft creak behind her and turned sharply. Listening alive, watching. She continued upstairs, her flashlight flickering intermittently. The stairway walls were scratched with deep claw marks, as if something had tried to claw its way up. At the top, a nursery lay untouched, dusty toys, a crib frozen in time. Sat a music box, strangely playing a haunting lullaby despite no visible mechanism. The melody twisted in the air, cold and mournful. Emily's breath hitched. The whispers started softly, voices curling around like smoke. She tried to catch the words, something ancient and chilling. Then, a low voice whispered her name. She spun around, nothing. Her flashlight blinked and died. Darkness slowly quivered. Her heart pounded as the whispers listened to screams. The nursery rocking chair creaked and moved, and panic seized her as something cold brushed her skin. Invisible hands seemed to move into the shadows. With a gasp, she fumbled her phone from her pocket. The screen lit up. A message appeared. "Stay. Your hour's now." Emily screamed into the void, but the house answered only with silence. Trapped in the silence, Emily awoke to the sound of dripping water and a faint, distant crying. She was lying on a cold stone floor, surrounded by darkness. The air was thick and stale. Her phone was dead, no signal. She pushed herself up and felt cold moisture seep into her clothes. Panic rose. Where was she? How did she get here? She fumbled for her flashlight. A weak beam illuminated a narrow stone corridor. The walls were covered with old, faded blood stains and strange symbols etched deep into the rock. Echoes of footsteps followed her as she walked. Ahead, a door stood slightly ajar, revealing a room lit by flickering candlelight. Inside, shadowy figures sat in a circle, chanting in an unintelligible language. Their eyes were black pits. They turned slowly, their mouths opening in silent screams. Emily stumbled back, heart racing, but the corridor behind her had vanished. She was trapped. The ritual, the chanting grew louder, vibrating through her bones. From the center of the circle rose a towering figure draped in tattered robes. Its face was hidden beneath a hood, but Emily felt its gaze pierce her soul. In one hand, it held a jagged knife. It spoke, voice like gravel. "Welcome, child of silence. You have been chosen." Emily's legs trembled, but she forced herself to speak. "What do you want from me?" The figure extended a skeletal hand, offering a small vial filled with dark liquid. "Drink and live forever in shadow. Refuse and become one with the silence forever." Terror gripped her. She looked around. The chanting figures pressed closer, their faces now twisted with hunger. Escape through her embrace, Emily snatched the vial and dashed to the window. She threw it open, the cold night air rushed in. But beyond the glass was not the forest, but endless darkness. From the shadows, ghostly hands reached out, grabbing at her ankles, pulling her back. She screamed and broke free, falling into a funway she didn't recognize. Her reflection caught her eye in a packed mirror, but it wasn't her. The face staring back was pale and twisted, following her eyes and looking into the room. She shattered the mirror with a scream. Running blindly, she heard footsteps chasing her, whispering threats. At the end of the corridor, a staircase led down to a glowing red light. With no other choice, Emily descended. The heart of darkness, the stairs led to a cavernous chamber beneath the house. In the center burned a massive black flame, suspended over a pit that seemed to swallow light. Around the flame, ancient symbols glowed with hellish fire. The chanting figures from before knelt, and the hooded figure waited. Emily's pulse thundered in her ears. She had to choose. The vial still burned in her hand. She drank. Pain tore through her veins. Her vision blurred. Her body felt both freezing and burning. A scream erupted from deep inside her. Then silence. The hooded figure smiled. "You belong now." Emily's eyes snapped open, black pits staring back at the world. The whispering continues. The Harper estate remains abandoned, or so people say. But sometimes, late at night, a lullaby drifts through the wind. And if you listen closely, you can hear a whisper. Stay, join us.